Ta-da! So I'm looking forward to the American qualifier, though. I really want to see some Americans like plow it out. I really want to see Sasquatch make an appearance and dominate, because he's been performing really well as of late.
We saw the Zerg action we saw today. I want to see a bunch of Protoss and Terrans dominating the NA qualifier, man.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm so sorry. Especially Terrans. Can you name like really well? There is. Oh, what's his name? The kid, the really young Terran kid who's on Quantic.
Illusion?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Do you know Massa?
Massa, yes.
Yeah, Massa is really sick good actually. I think he's better than like almost every NA Terran.
Ah, okay. Is this a root plug or?
Yes, root for root, guys. No, but Massa is actually really good. I played a bunch against him.
Yeah. Okay. Right, so Delphi, get a spawn up in the top right-hand corner here as our red Terran. No, Zerg, herp. And spawning down to the bottom left-hand corner, we have Western Wolves MiniRaser, bringing himself back in one game to 2-1 here. So Delphi still leading, but Delphi does like this map for ZVZ. I mean, a lot of Zergs like this map for ZVZ. It's like a foregone conclusion that you would end up seeing this map eventually between these guys. Even if it was best of 3, you'd still see this map.
A lot of Zergs like this map, period. I think they take it a lot.
Even against Protoss?
Yeah, even against Protoss. They like it. They can take a third very quickly, really drone it up, split the map, go for Blue Lord Infestor.
Yep. Very, very much so. So, the funny thing is, okay, so I there was a point in time where during the middle of the day I was like, oh god, what if, for example, like the tournament ends and then there's still the marathon on in Cologne that kind of thwarted my tram efforts this morning, which made it take 2 hours to actually get here as opposed to 30 minutes. But now, considering how long this has gone on, I don't think the marathon's going to continue at 1 a.m. in the morning. I think they've finished by now. I'll be honest. I think that's done. So I'm safe with that. Sorry, my mind's melting right now.
You go outside. There's like the last people of the marathon still trying to make it.
Yeah, just keeping
going. The streets busy.
There's still all the fans out there with their vuvuzelas just going crazy. That's commitment for you. That's commitment. All right. So in terms of this game, we see that. Do we have a speed window? We'll actually have a speed window for MiniRaser. If he wants to take it, start the speed. There we go. Okay, so he's going to be about 30 seconds ahead of his opponent here. Or 30 in-game seconds, I should say. And with that, technically he could put on some pressure. But Delphi, I wouldn't be surprised if he just went mass Zergling production. He is getting double queens, so he's going to have the double lava inject, so that's looking less likely to be mass Zergling production.
And you see the overlords again. The first overlord is by the ramp, like the exit of the base, but the second overlord for MiniRaser is like a little bit to the left of the first one instead of being on the third base. That's a little bit strange. He's breaking one of the main rules of ZVZ. Yeah,
technically speaking, like, and now that I look at the overlord placement here in ZVZ, because you normally keep your second overlord at your ramp, but like with this, if Delphi like made a ton of Zerglings and snuck them down past his third, then he could actually get completely across the map scot-free until the very end moment, where MiniRaser would have no way of being able to react to it in time. So that's one thing, but again, Delphi doesn't know what we know, unfortunately, for him. So
speed being researched for Delphi. MiniRaser already has it, and Baning Nest already finished for Delphi. MiniRaser going for the third hatch, so no Baning Nest for him. And I think it's maybe a metagame thing, since until now he's always gone for big busts, and Delphi, he doesn't seem to be scouting anything right now. Like, I mean, he doesn't have any Zerglings in front of the base of MiniRaser. MiniRaser has always been the very aggressive player, the one with the initiative. So he probably thinks that Delphi is going to play very defensively this game. And MiniRaser did something very smart. He went with his Zerglings in front of Delphi's base, so Delphi thought it was again going to be the same kind of very aggressive build, and he just played very defensively. You know, he just stayed there, he didn't engage, even if he saw that he had more. So now finally he just engaged, and he made a whole couple of Zerglings. So this might backfire for MiniRaser, but look, he already finished his Roach Warren, and now he's going to be making 7 roaches at once, and he should be able to defend against almost everything. The thing is that Delphi, he saw the third hatch, and I think that's why he made all those Zerglings to try to maybe cancel it.
Yes, very much so, and indeed he's already got that, so it's really, really well read there, Todd. It's very, very important. As for now, it looks like he will actually be able to put on some pressure. He needs to get a good surround on the roaches, but I don't think he's going to get it at all. They're in really nice positions.
The Baneling is going to be so important if they can detonate on a lot of the drones. Really great work with the roaches here. Killing those Banelings. He needs to micro-kill the Banelings. Oh, nice block. Look at the Zerglings. Only a few of them are able to attack right now. And this is very good for MiniRaser, I think. He's going to be able to secure his third. He's on... Well, he has less drones, but he can make drones very easily.
Behind this, Delphi's actually getting his lair as well as a ton of Zerglings on the way, even getting that +1 melee upgrade. So he's going to be committing to a lot of Zerglings throughout the entire game here. And this is quite clever because what he's seen from MiniRaser right now is a complete lack of Baneling defense and a complete lack of Baneling nest. So committing to melee weapons in the mid-game with Zerglings, if your opponent's committing to roaches, if you hit the roaches and keep the numbers down whilst trading Zerglings for them, you can actually do really, really well if you get the surrounds. It's all important about that. If you let the roaches get too out of hand and get in really, really big numbers, then you have a problem.
Actually, I must be really tired because I missed that he cancelled the third MiniRaser, that is.
Ah, okay.
And now he's going to do a push to try to make having all those roaches worth something. And a really good reaction here by Delphi, running around with his Zerglings, running around a lot, trying to buy himself some time. And Delphi, he's on 36 drones against 30. And even though MiniRaser is making a third hatch again now, Delphi almost has this infestation pit down, so he's going to be able to be on Zergling plus Infestors. I think he would just go for his own third and go for some kind of standard play from there. But he did make a lot of Zerglings now, just now. And he has +1 melee almost finished, so now he's going to be looking to do some damage.
Well, he did a really good cleanup of his opponent in his natural there. Again, it's the Banelings really zoning out his opponent's Zerglings so that he can then get the good surround off on the roaches, and he did indeed. He actually could kill the Roach Warren if he's not careful here. He has a lot of Zerglings right now, 50 Zerglings out against this. Those Banelings don't actually get to morph in. Those are really, really important. He's going to get the kill.
Oh, no cancel.
And he needs to morph in some Banelings, because once the Banelings come out here for Delphi, then he continues to zone out his opponent's Zerglings, and then he can go for the surrounds on his opponent's roaches, but he lost more Zerglings than he should have done there. He should have had some Banelings morphing in a good spot, but these are the ones that are going to put on some pressure, but they can't because the roaches are zoning them out once again.
I think Delphi might take his own third and go for a couple of Infestors, but I would really like to see a couple of drones being made. Okay, there it is. He's making 5 drones. Delphi, that is, adding 6 Infestors. It would be very nice now to get Burrow and try to do some harass, like cancel the third of MiniRaser once or twice, since Delphi is kind of ahead on the Infestor take, while he will take his own third and secure it, make sure it doesn't get cancelled ever.
Oh, look at this. Poor MiniRaser. He saw the amount of spines that were at his front of his opponent's base. He saw the fact that his opponent wasn't on a third base, so he's assuming Mutalisks are coming. These Spore Crawlers in the back of MiniRaser's base right now are like, well, he's almost convinced that his opponent's going Mutalisk, but he's not. He's pushing across the map with Ling, Baneling, Infestor, and against Roaches, this can do a lot of damage, especially with that +1 melee weapons upgrade.
And a couple of Banelings being morphed here, 3 in total. A lot of Zerglings for Delphi. He's currently with 1-0 attack upgrade on his melee units. Oh, he already had a couple of Banelings, so he's gonna have 7 in total. And look at those Infestors, they have so much energy. I think he's just gonna spam Infested Terran to be able to take this fight. Or actually he chooses, since there are so many roaches clamped, to use the Fungal.
Yeah, they were clumped up in a very, very nice spot there. He doesn't have that many Zerglings left, though, to be able to keep going with this. He's going to drop the Infested Terrans. He should have dropped those during that entire fight to really add the DPS for quite a prolonged period of time. But right now, we have more Zerglings as well as Infestors on the way. Kill the Roach Warren, kill the Roach Warren. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's very, very nice there for Delphi. But it doesn't take too long to replenish a Roach Warren. It's going to be just the case now that MiniRaser has to commit to Zerglings, which he doesn't want to because of the looming threat of Fungals and Banelings.
Looking at the unit counts, 40 drones, 241. MiniRaser does have the roaches, 12 in total. It's not that much, I guess. And since Delphi already has +1 attack on his Zerglings, they are pretty strong. He's now getting the +1 armor for them. And he's... Oh, look at those Infestors. They were stuck for a second.
Where are they? Oh,
Fungal battles.
Fungal. Fungal versus Fungal. Oh, but he's going to run out of Fungal energy. But the Roaches close the gap and kill off the Infestors. Really, really nicely done there by MiniRaser. So close in terms of supply counts right now. And it's 43 drones to 41. So, I mean, MiniRaser knows that his opponent is getting a third base and it's up and running. But he can't really do anything about it because he's constantly pinned back by all of his aggression. And he can't commit to too many Zerglings and use them for an offensive because, I mean, he's really, really committed to this Roach tech along with the Infestors right now, which are holding him in place in terms of the defense that he has to commit to constantly. So Delphi with this rising Infestor count, but I mean both players have very, very similar Infestor counts here. It's still anyone's game. This is really darn close.
And I really like that Delphi is getting Burrow right now. It's super important upgrade, especially if you have Infestors. You can just play around with them a lot, hide, and it forces the opponent to get a lot of Overseers, and you can still kill them. The Zergling is going to be able to see those Infestors, how many there is, how many energy they have as well. Oh, he has to be careful not to get too frisky with his Zergling. See, oh, look at this shark attack, man, in the middle of the map.
Oh, hello.
And he's splitting them really well. I think this is going to work out.
Overseers. He knows it's coming. He must have known it's coming.
Oh,
Morphing in an Overseer.
But only one. Look at the third base. Look at them eggs, man.
Oh dear me, that's going to get a bit sticky.
That's no omelette right there.
There's no omelette indeed. Although...
Oh, and those sneaked in the main, the other ones. They got past the Overseer. I don't know, like the Overseer wasn't finished yet.
Focus down the layer, they do so much damage, but then again he didn't get plus range upgrades, so...
I love the singing.
Sorry, it's late, I've just kind of been mind-washed. But anyway, he got the third. Does he get the layer? Oh, it's going to be so close. No, he doesn't get it. Oh, that's a shame. If he'd have focused down from that from the very get-go, he would have got it. But meanwhile, the massive aggression moving in from MiniRaser, he gets some fungal growth on his opponent, and that is his opponent's third, second even. And with the Infestors actually going down as well, MiniRaser has a pretty good army left over, but the Infested Terrans are going to actually push this away. This is a ridiculous ZVZ, like, once again.
It was very smart by MiniRaser to counter-attack, because he realized his opponent probably did not have much energy left of those on those Infestors that he sent across the map. But somehow Delphi had remade so many Infestors and he was able to hold. So I think he's in a very good position right now just because of all the spines he got on his third base. And he's got a pretty decent saturation on all his bases as well. You see his income is 1500 to the 1000 of MiniRaser.
Yeah, Delphi doing pretty well here. He's actually taking up the Hive. Oh my good god.
Oh, not again.
If he can get Ultralisks out somehow, I hope he won't go for Broodlords. He can't. The Roach is going to get shut down. He has to go for Ultralisks. That's like a foregone conclusion here, because Ultralisks are actually really good against Roach counts if you can get enough of them out, and if you can lock the Roaches down with Fungals. He's going to go for another aggressive move again here with the Roaches, but they're not going to work out.
Yeah.
And the problem here for MiniRaser is that he doesn't know about the Hive timing, so he's assuming that all of this is going on in mid-game, but it's 18 Infestors to 3 Infestors. So Delphi just sits back, he gets his Ultralisk Cavern out, he moves out with Ultra Infestor, and with the amount of Fungals he's going to have, it's going to be ridiculous for MiniRaser to try and hold. It's going to be insane.
And 2 Overlords right now being killed. Probably they were rallied with all the hatches. Look at this Overseer on the right side of the map, chilling over a cliff.
Yeah. Can be seen, but still. For now, though, I mean, like, again, coming back to the Ultralisks, they're so good against this composition for MiniRaser just because, like, one, they do bonus damage to armored units, which are the Roaches that get locked down by the fungal growth. 2, they're not going to get locked down by the fungal growth of MiniRaser because they're berserkers. They apparently are immune to fungal growth in terms of the movement debuff. And 3, I mean, they cleave so well. They just do so much damage to the roaches. It's insane.
Great fungals here by Delphi. He's going to be spamming a lot of those eggs, and I think this might just be it. There's, oh my god, so many infested turn.
Like, he kills all the roaches, then he marches on for great victory by killing the hatchery, I'm assuming. So he doesn't even need Ultralisks. Oh dear. This is brutal. Delphi's ZVZ has really come on leaps and bounds recently, I've got to say. I've seen a lot of his ZVZ in the past, and I'm seeing a lot of it now, and it's looking really darn good here.
I wanted to see Delphi against Hanfi, man.
Yeah, that would have been good. But, oh.
Oh, he could have fungal both. Oh, he does! Fungal the Zerglings plus the Infestors, but he doesn't have the follow-up. Not enough Infestors. Would have been crazy, man. Kill like 10 Infestors along with the Zerglings.
Would have been indeed. GG, well played, ladies and gents. aTnDelphi goes 3-1 up here against MiniRaser. He is 1 game away from winning the opportunity to send me home, as well as $500. So, really awesome here by Delphi. So, good stuff.